I've got a secret to share with you, and it's about 2,000 years old. Ever heard of the Gnostic Gospels? No, well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive into the juiciest, most controversial texts that didn't make the biblical cut. These aren't your Sunday school stories. They're the director's cut, the deleted scenes, the too-hot-for-TV version of early Christianity. And trust me, they're way more interesting than that Leviticus chapter about mildew. Okay, let's back up a bit. What exactly are these Gnostic Gospels? Well, imagine if the Bible had a cooler, edgier cousin who wasn't invited to family dinners. That's basically what we're dealing with here. These texts were written by early Christian groups who had some, let's say, alternative ideas about Jesus and his teachings. And by alternative, I mean they believed in secret knowledge, cosmic battles, and sometimes that the material world was created by an evil demiurge. The Church Fathers were not fans, to put it mildly. They saw these texts as dangerous, misleading, and probably written by people who had way too much time on their hands. But for us modern folks, they're a goldmine of weird and wonderful ideas that show just how diverse early Christianity really was. Now, let's talk about the real stars of our show, the Gospels of Thomas and Judas. These two are like the Batman and Robin of Gnostic literature. If Batman was into cryptic sayings and Robin was, well, the guy who betrayed Jesus. The Gospel of Thomas is basically a collection of Jesus' greatest hits. 114 sayings attributed to the Big J himself, but don't expect any love thy neighbor stuff here. And then there's Judas. Oh boy, where do I even start? The Gospel of Judas takes everything you think you know about the Bible's biggest villain and turns it on its head. In this version, Judas isn't the bad guy, he's the hero. According to this text, Jesus actually asked Judas to betray him as part of some grand cosmic plan. It's like the ultimate plot twist in the greatest story ever told. Can you imagine if this had made it into the Bible? Easter services would be way more interesting, that's for sure. But wait, there's more. The Gnostic squad isn't complete without Philip, Marcion, and Mary. The Gospel of Philip is like the Da Vinci Code of ancient texts. It's all about secret rituals, mystical knowledge, and maybe, just maybe, a hint of romance between Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Then we've got Marcion, who basically decided that the Old Testament God was too mean, so he made up his own version of Christianity with a kinder, gentler deity. It's like he was trying to rebrand God for a millennial audience 2,000 years early. And let's not forget Mary, as in Mary Magdalene, not Jesus' mum. Her gospel is all about inner spiritual knowledge and the power of the mind. It's like ancient self-help, but with more visions of Jesus. In this text, Mary's not just a follower, she's the star pupil, the one who really gets Jesus' teachings. And of course, this didn't sit well with some of the other disciples. Peter, I'm looking at you, buddy. Jealous much? The Apocrypha of John, an ancient Christian sci-fi novel, presents a complex creation myth with multiple divine beings. According to this text, our job is to escape the material world created by a lesser, imperfect God. The Gnostic apocalypse of Peter is like a spiritual trip, featuring Jesus laughing at the crucifixion and multiple Christs. It's a cosmic tour that makes Dante's Inferno look like a walk in the park. Some Gospels are so lost we don't even have them anymore. They're like the sock that disappeared in the laundry of history. The Gospel of the Hebrews was apparently a hit with Egyptian Christians. The Ebionites had their own special version where Jesus was really into plant-based diets. Apparently the Messiah was ahead of his time on health trends. But the actual texts, poof, gone, vanished, probably used as ancient papyrus toilet paper or something. The Church Fathers were like the rotten tomatoes of early Christianity, deciding which Gospels were fresh and which were absolutely rotten. Irenaeus couldn't stop talking about how much he hated these alternative Gospels. They wrote long, angry rants about why these texts were wrong and dangerous. But here's the irony. By quoting these texts in their arguments against them, they actually preserved parts of them for us. Gnostics believed that the material world was a trap created by a lesser God, and that the key to salvation was understanding the true nature of reality. It's like they took the Matrix and turned it into a religion, but with more beards and fewer leather trench coats. In Gnosticism, understanding the true nature of reality was the key to escaping the material world trap. But wait, there's more. The Gnostic Gospels aren't the only texts that didn't make the biblical cut. We've got a whole Bside album of New Testament Apocrypha that's just begging to be explored. Take 3 Corinthians, for example. You'd think Paul would have said everything he needed to in the first 2 letters, but apparently he had more to say, or at least someone pretending to be Paul did. Ancient ghostwriting, it's a thing. And just when you thought we were done with plot twists, enter the Gospel of Barnabas. This text is like the M. Night Shyamalan of Gospels. It comes out of nowhere and changes everything. It's an Islamic text that claims to be an account of Jesus' life. But surprise, in this version, Jesus isn't the Son of God, and he predicts the coming of Muhammad. It's like someone took the New Testament and hit the remix button. So there you have it, folks. The secret history of Christianity that your Sunday school teacher definitely didn't tell you about. These lost and forbidden Gospels are like the director's cut of the Bible, full of alternate endings, deleted scenes, and plot twists that would make even the most seasoned theologian's head spin. They might not be canon, but they're definitely fascinating. And who knows, maybe in another 2,000 years people will be making YouTube videos about our weird forgotten texts. The Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, anyone?